My name is Matthew Chesner, White Tiger Qigong instructor. We're here today to talk about important foundations of stances. This will be the horse stance, or Mabu. Mabu, the horse stance. Wow, what a staple of our practice. It will be like the grail. You will pursue Mabu from now, today, forever. Join the Mabu Pursuit Club. The stance of Mabu, like all stances, is something that we build. We build the stance, but we build our bodies within that, and we build our understanding, and it's a question of construction, so please, 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 do not worry about being perfect. What is important is to make progress. The Mabu sounds quite fundamental. The horse stance, it's very challenging and very, very significant to everything that we do. So the concept of the word stance is like standing. Yes, we're standing, but we're not static. We're not just kind of standing there. The stance has a purpose. In the Mabu, with the legs out to the side, sitting, you have the possibility of lowering, raising, going to the left, going to the right, rotating. It is one of the most versatile stances. As simplistic as it seems, it offers movement possibilities in every possible direction, which is why it needs to be so correct. So let's talk about one of the fundamentals. The feet. The feet flat on the floor in thin-soled shoes or barefoot, but not in running shoes and not in boots. We're going to lift the arches slightly by engaging the floor, drawing up, very much as if you were holding onto a beach ball. You can grab with your hands, but that's not the idea. The idea is kind of a suction, drawing. And it's that kind of energy. Into the soles of the foot, the bubbling springs, Yongchuan, drawing the energy up from the earth into the legs. This is super important in the Mabu because a lot of times when we put the legs out, we're going to want to squat down and stand down grounded. Yep, but you're pulling up still. So just sitting if you're seated, standing if you're standing, just draw the energy up into the feet and pull up. Pull up the pelvic floor, not grabbing. Pull up the pelvic floor so that you're drawing up inside the legs, inside the bones, drawing up. And your breathing is independent of all that. So you're not having to inhale, just draw up, pulling up. You're gonna need that. So now let's do Mabu. Okay, Mabu. The leg structure of every person is slightly different. The way the femur, the thigh bone, comes into the pelvic structure, the way that the femur, the thigh bone, goes down into the tibia or the shin bone, and then the fibula. The way that sits, a length of the line, some people when they're standing with their feet completely together, as I am, they'll have a bit of space because they're a little bit bow-legged. That's fine. There are advantages to being bow-legged. There are some challenges to being bow-legged. There are some people who have a little more knock-kneed, where even with their feet out, that the knees are kind of together. The fact is, this just standing normally, we can adjust the muscular configuration around that structure to a certain degree, which is desirable. There's no ideal about the leg structure, but we need to know that we don't have to freak out about the fact, I was just made this way. We can do a lot with the way that we were made. So we're going to just look at the width, how wide, quite variable. I would recommend that you stand, there are many different ways of measuring it. You can do out and in and out and in, and there you are. Or you can measure it out. I measure it slightly differently, just because I like to be different. So I'm standing, I measure 45 degrees out, and I put the feet parallel. And then I put them 45 degrees out, and then I put the feet parallel. And then a third time I put the feet up 45 degrees, and I put the feet parallel. And then you draw up, remember the feet? Drawing up the feet, not grabbing the toes, drawing up the inseams, and picking up the pelvic floor. So we're not standing down, we're pulling up inside, already lifting on the inside. Okay, now you notice that my feet are facing straight front. Some persons, when they do that, they're going to feel tension along the outside of the ankle or the outside of the knee. If you feel tension there, you can release the feet out a little bit. Just release them out so that the legs are harmonious. But if you immediately go into a squat position with the feet out, what happens is that the stability of the feet is rolling this way. You have no front to back stability. This front to back stability, like the pedal of a car, that pushing, that connection to the Yongchuan, that digging of the heels, that aspect of Mabu is incredibly important for the mobility. This position has a great deal less mobility. So from here, let's just gently release the ankles. Release the ankles, just gently release. Gently release the knees. We're not going for anything very ambitious right now. And release the pelvis. The pelvis hangs down and the back lifts. Now remember the feet, draw in the feet. It's a little bit in the toes, but just draw up, pull up inside and lift the pelvic floor and open the chest. It's like a fountain. So we always want to ground, but it's rising. Okay, the hands are on the hips, just so you can feel the alignment. Okay, that can already be a little bit of a work on the thighs, but what's really important is to keep the pelvis under and the pelvic girdle nice and neutral. So we're not sticking back, and we're certainly not digging under. Just sitting down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build the depth of the Mabu from down under. There is a tendency to feel that if we get a relatively reasonable Mabu, that with time, that everything will just happen and you'll wind up in a nice Mabu with time. The fact is that is actually highly unlikely, that you will just one day wake up and all of a sudden you've built a perfect Mabu. It doesn't usually happen that way. I would like to try to build it from the ground up. So what we're going to do from that is we're going to slide the hands gently down the top of the thighs, lifting up the inseams, and just pitch forward. I'll turn slightly on an angle, pitch forward, not the pelvis back, just pitch a little bit forward and put the weight on the hands, just above the kneecaps, not on the kneecaps, and open the chest. And you're sticking your popo out. You're not going to hurt yourself. You're just going to relax. And then we're going to bend the knees, and the pelvis is down slightly, but you see that my back is not curved. I'm not hunched. And I'm just going to gently place my elbows on the thigh, above the knee, and brace. And as much as possible, opening the back, my weight is on my feet and on my elbows, and the hips are actually quite relaxed. Yes, I'm squatting. I'll turn back front. So if you feel strain on the outside of your knees or the ankles in this position, release your feet out slightly. And if you don't need to do that, pull up. So you have your weight here. I'm bending forward. This is not Mabu. And now what you're going to do is you're going to inhale, draw the feet, and as much as you can, just lift the elbows off your knees without coming up. Inhale and lift the elbows. And you're holding the weight. And then relax. Very relaxed. You're going to draw in through the feet, breathe in through the feet, hold up, pulling up, but not lifting, just holding up, and then lower the weight. That's giving you an idea of the suspension in the Mabu. Pulling up, holding the weight, and then relax. That's already a lot of work. Put your right hand on your right knee, inhale and open your back. And you're just going to straighten your right arm, pushing the right knee open, and look behind you and rock ever so gently from side to side, just to encourage or relax in the hips. Tailbone is going down. Come back and put both elbows and open the chest and look out. Big gorilla. Left hand on the left knee, inhale, and straighten the arm, and the weight is on the elbow and on the hand, and just sink and come back. Now the hands are facing up. Curl the fists and roll the fists out, and that will push your thighs out slightly, and the hips come under. Put the right hand on the right knee, left on the left knee, put the pelvis under and come up just to here. The pelvis under. I don't want you to go deep, and just hold. Now hold the elbows, hold the energy in. Put your hands this way and hold energy. Breathe in and breathe out. Rise on the inhale, rise. And you can talk about my sister. Nice and relaxed. Okay, and we're going to build that again. Hands down the thighs, pitch forward, and open the back. Bend the knees, place the elbows, and sink. Lift the elbows, but not the back. Drawing in, and exhale and release. Draw in, and exhale and release. And draw in, put the hands on the knees, open the back, And to the degree of your flexibility and your strength, you are now in Mabu. Draw in, inhale, and exhale. Rise on an inhale, inhale, and relax. So as we've noticed, the Mabu is a very challenging position, but we're not sitting down, we're holding. If you were riding a horse bareback as a Mongolian archer and you sat on your horse, you would fall off. You have to hold it. So this inward holding is on breath, which is very important for Mabu. But it allows you to move to one direction, move up and around. So the Mabu has a huge movement potential, but the only way it can have that movement potential is if it is dynamic. Even in a non-moving position, it has a dynamic. If you're squatting, you can't move from there. So take your time, build your Mabu, build your stances, build your body, build your strength, and build your Qigong. Thank you. Hello, my name is Matthew Chesner, White Tiger Qigong instructor. Welcome to the White Tiger YouTube channel. Please enjoy the wide range of instructional videos that we have to share with you. If you like this video, click like. If you wish to subscribe, please subscribe. And if you have comments, we welcome your comments below. And last and not least, please don't forget to visit our website, www.whitetigerqigong.com. Thanks.